shit again, man. Yo, pick up the phone. Yo, yeah, we got one viewer. I mean, no, one viewer, and I think that's me on the YouTube channel. I don't know how to do that.
Look down at the bottom and just click the microphone.
Yeah, there's no mute button on it though.
You just gotta click it.
Yep.
Yep. There we go. That's better. There we go. Let me shut this over here.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. Welcome back to the Crypto Remora. We come to you live twice a week, Monday and Thursday, to bring you the latest in all things crypto and Web3. Tonight is no exception. My name's Wes, and I'm joined with, as always, Sierra Crypto. What's up, Sierra?
What is going on, man? How we doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Yeah. So, 87,000, huh? 87,000. How exciting. How exciting.
And this is what we said. You know, we did say that. We did say that. You know, it was going to be boring and sideways. I'm getting a little pissed off here about our viewership. We need to really figure that out, man, because it's that fan is a little loud. I'm trying to adjust the volume. I think volume's good, but Wes, you know, it says we're live, but I don't see anyone in the chat either. So it looks like we're having a problem with X now and not YouTube for once.
Yeah, there's something going on, and I think it might have something to do with, you know, using the free version. I mean, you know what I mean? So we need to figure that out for sure. It is frustrating, but hopefully we can figure that out pretty soon here.
Yeah, once we get out of this fucking zone, we won't have to use the free version anymore. I guess get out of this freaking zone first. Yo, well, if you are in the chat, say what's up, man. Let us know you're here, please, so we can see what's going on, because it does say we're live on YouTube, but I don't see shit on X.
Yeah,
Daniel sees us.
Daniel, you know, it's one of those things, man, like, because what we use it for is, you know, what we need. StreamYard is great, but their package for what we need is $49. And then there's Restream, and they have a $19 one, which is like very basic. And then their other one is like $59. And then this one can do that, but this one can do that. And it's like, which one do we get, man? And then do we do monthly? Are we going to pay it all straight up? Like, I don't know. There's a lot of things we're trying to figure out here. But the main thing is that we are here. And yeah, we're still cooking, man. We're still cooking.
So yeah, boring ass price action. GMB, good to see you, brother. If you're just tuning in, I did double check. It does say on X that we have our little red circle around our logo, which does indicate that we're live on X. And YouTube does the same thing. They put a red circle around your logo. But when you go to the X page, like on your mobile app, usually in my notification section, it'll say Crypto Remora streaming. Nothing. I'm not getting that. Which so if GMB, if you can make a post just to say that we're live, or Wes, either one of you guys, see if that comes through. It might, but it says we are live on YouTube. It's just very weird that X does not give us the red. You can see around the logo, it's not red on my app, and usually around the logo, it should be just like it is on YouTube, and it should show the red circle. So Restream is definitely not linking up with X correctly right now.
Does my screen keep freezing, dude? Can you tell? Or is it just on my end?
No, I think you're good on your end. See, even this one is like, you can see the red circle around it on YouTube.
Yeah.
So YouTube's live thing has got the red circle around it right there. But when you go on X, it's not there. So that's the problem. So, and most of our people are on X, so that's why I just want to make sure our X family is seeing that we're good. But yeah, Restream has one more chance, and then we'll go back to StreamYard, because we can't put up with that. No. Even with boring price action, we got to be able to have our platform showing us. So GMB is going to look at it. So how close we are to price targets? I think I'm about $5,000 off because I thought we'd be down at the bottom of the range. I think didn't I call 82? Didn't I say we'd be at the bottom of the range now?
Yeah.
Didn't happen, but 87. So you were closer on the call last week, but you said 91, 92. You thought we'd be up. I thought we'd be down, and we're just dead exactly where we've been, just parked.
Yeah. Well, I think that both, because we were looking at it and I went back and was listening to it and we both were like, all right, it was like an up down. We were just, up and down and ranging. And it looked like we needed to come down, hit the bottom of the range and then come back up by today. And we did. I mean, we retraced, dude. There was two trade setups on the 15-minute and on the 1 hour, no, the 4 hour. There was two trade setups on the 4 hour and the 15-minute, man, that if you took that trade, man, you would have made some money. But I didn't take the trade, of course, but
no.
But if you did, congratulations, that it played out. And you know what, man, like I thought we would be, I think I said 90 to 92. And that is our next like major 88,000 is becoming a pain in the ass, and it has been for a little bit because it's swapped. It's gone back and forth, support, resistance, and now it's resistance. And the good thing is we've gotten over the 84,000, 84 to $85,000 level, retested it as support on the daily, and we broke through that downtrending resistance, and now we're retesting it again, and it looks like, from what I see, at least on the daily of 4 hour, it looks like we're ready to break out of this. And I'm feeling good about the markets, man. I think market structure looks great. And yeah, man, I'm ready to look at some charts.
Boy, GPU looks like shit.
Oh, dude.
31 cents. Bro, I opened my MetaMask account. If you want to see a horror bloodbath, just open. If you're heavy as I am in altcoins and you open your portfolio right now, it's like a fucking horror movie. You just want to close it. You don't even want to look at it again. You're like, yeah, nah, fuck that. So right now is the best time in the world to come in if you're new and to be dollar cost averaging, no doubt. So there is still exciting things happening. It's just, I think Lark said it best. I watched his video earlier, man. Sentiment is just in the shitter. People are, because it's confusing, right? It's like we've never had a bull market this like boring, but like, I don't know. There's signs of life, but the attitude on X, not the people we follow. For the most part, the people we follow are pretty legit. They don't give a shit either way. They're going to be here. But almost like the attitude even of the OGs is people are just like, hey, come on, man. When is something going to happen? And, that's always a clear indication that you should either be buying more or paying more attention or getting ready because something's going to happen. So you can feel that energy on the cusp. Yeah. But like the price action just is not, we're at 2.957 on the total global West. I've said this a million times, that $3 trillion level is killer. We got to get it back above it to shift sentiment. And sentiment sucks right now, dude. And you got Bitcoin not making it over 88,000. We said that. We said that would be a key resistance. So you've got the big psychological not being broken at 3 trillion, and you've got 88,000, and it's just Bitcoin's just stalling right there underneath it. And Ethereum, we won't even talk about Ethereum bags. I know everyone's ready to give up on Ethereum. But that was why I wanted to actually bring it up right now with you, Wes. Hyper liquid at $14 going into the last leg of this cycle. Ethereum right at $2,000. Are these prices that we're going to see after this bull run in the bear market, or is the bear market after this run going to be much higher than this?
The bear market's going to be much higher
than where we are now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm still in the camp that we see a. I can't believe I'm about to say this. I'm still in the camp that we still see, and don't laugh at me, guys. Like I really do believe this. A $10,000 to $12,000 Ethereum, dude. Hey, fucking laugh if you want, man. I do think that we still see a $10,000 to $12,000 Ethereum, and yeah, and so like during the bear market, let's say we come down, 80% from 10,000. That's $2,000. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think that this is the floor for sure for the next bear market.
So that being said, if this is the floor for the next bear market, and we know that my uber bearish zone still we haven't really clipped down there even near it yet. We've flirted with it at 82.
Yeah.
But we have not poked our head down there around my 70 to 77,000. And are we beginning to think that your boy's losing his winning streak? Because I've been on a pretty good winning streak. Maybe I'm losing the
last two, man.
Maybe I'm gonna lose the my winning streak. But here's the thing: don't sleep on your boy just yet, because here's the thing: we're forming a little bit of that pattern right here that we're in, that long leg and then the short boot up. We're getting to the tippy toe of that one. So if we are going to continue to the downside on the next leg, if we are going to do it, I still say two things. Number one, bless it. Number one, we could absolutely see 74,500. Number two, it's going to be short-lived. And that is not off the table for me. Still, nothing has changed since last week, on my opinion with that. Daniel says something very interesting. I want to Daniel, you've been a Crypto Remora family, so now you get to hear the real deal, brother. You've been around long enough. We consider you a part of the family, and part of the family, we're like an Italian family over here. You know what we do? We argue about shit every now and then, and I'm going to argue with you on this one. Sol will overtake ETH. This is a great topic. Real quick,
is that what he said?
Let's dive into this. Daniel says Sol will overtake ETH. Now, if you're talking about market cap, temporarily,
no.
You don't even see that. Wes is going to push back on you on that, Daniel. And I am not. I'm going to look at my market cap before I say anything. So you got $70 billion in Solana. You've got $240 billion in ETH, which would mean that for Solana to overtake it, you'd have to go from 70 to 140 and then have another. So you'd have to double and then have another $100 billion come in. For Solana to overtake ETH, you'd have to have literally Solana completely double what it's doing now and have another 100 billion. Can that happen? When you think of it that way, I do think Solana can double very easily. And hell, for that matter, Wes, I do think that Solana could get another 100 billion in it. If it doubles, it could get another 100 billion. I do. But is ETH going to stay where it is while Solana does that? I don't know, dude. If ETH's at 240 and Solana's at 70, like I said, the amount of capital, Daniel, hearing Solana at $1,000, yeah, Solana could easily go to $1,000. Sure. Price action. I think, Daniel, what you're meaning is Solana will overtake ETH. I think what you're saying is your gains will be more if you're holding Solana than ETH. That is true.
So I can get on board with that.
That's true. I get
it. Yeah. Market cap. I don't think that is something that most people that are ETH maxis or whatever are concerned with, because ETH is gonna go like, I don't know, man. It's right now, like we're the kind of laughing stock, the people that still believe in ETH and the price action of ETH, and I think there's a lot that backs it up, man. Like developer wise, activity wise, DeFi, like TVL wise, everything answers to the EVM. Ethereum isn't going anywhere. Nobody's gonna take ETH's place as far as market cap goes, or even utility for all I care. And like Lark Davis was saying the other day, Lark Davis apparently he capitulated as well. So now we got George and Lark, both capitulating their ETH, and that's fine. Like, dude, you got to be comfortable with holding your own bags or whatever. Oh, I thought something was off, man. I can't hear myself. But yeah, so you've got to be okay with your bags, and if that's dumping ETH and buying Solana, then cool, like whatever. You got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? But if you look at activity, development, TVL, everything answers to the EVM, the security, like they're not using Solana. When these institutions come in and these big, these big whales, smart money or whatever you want to call them, they're not coming in and using Solana, dude. Like they might go on there and fuck around and buy a shit coin or something. Solana is the retail driven chain. Excuse me. Like there's some stuff on there like what is the one that I like? It is the real estate, the real world RWA real estate shit or whatever. Like I can see things like that being successful, like individual apps, but Solana itself, dude, they're not going to be storing millions or even billions of dollars on that chain or locking it into DeFi when it's not as secure as Ethereum. I'm just like, that's just not going to happen, dude. I don't think they trust it. You know what I mean? Like I just don't see it, man. I don't know.
Yeah, so that's an interesting take, Daniel. Hopefully, you understood what we were pushing back on. We're not picking on you. We're just taking the other side of the argument on that. Yeah. But I do agree. I think if your bags are parked in Solana, you're going to make more money because the price is going to go up quicker because it's a lower market cap. But to say that Solana is going to overtake ETH in market cap overall. Dude,
everybody was saying that about Ethereum and Bitcoin.
The flippening,
the flippening. Everybody was saying, fuck Bitcoin. Bitcoin's the grandpa, fucking grandpa blockchain, the boomer blockchain or whatever. ETH's gonna flip Bitcoin. Like I almost believed it too. Like I really did think that because I heard everybody saying it. And it's kind of the same situation, man. Like it's just, it's not gonna happen, man. Solana's going to go up, so is ETH. Yeah. So
Daniel, if your bags are parked in Solana, dude, you're going to make money. Like, like I think what it is too. The last time that we saw this, we saw Cryptos R Us dumping his ETH live on stream. And it's fine. You could do what you want. Those are your investments, and you have that platform, and you have millions of people that watch you. And I do what you want, George. You're Cryptos R Us. But here's my thing. I think it sends a very uneducated message to noobs, and I think it's very dangerous to, as an influencer with that much pull, to just, I'm going to dump this. Because if you got noobs that just got in, right, that are dumping their ETH right now at around $2,000, and this is the floor, like me and Wes are both pretty much saying, you're pretty much handing over institutional grade type tokens for retail type grade. And if you want to think like a retail guy permanently, then it's okay. But if you want to think like a whale and you want to have whale money, you got to think like what Finkster and all these other assholes are doing. And they're not dumping ETH for Solana. So the difference is, I think it's an emotional thing right now. I think ETH's getting picked on. Yeah. The price action sucks, so everyone's picking on ETH. I think it gets viewers. And so when you see big accounts like George dumping ETH on stream live at a local bottom, I would say, not a good move to copy, you guys. I mean, let him do it. If he wants to do it, he's got big money. He can do what he wants. As a noob, I would not follow blindly into doing what he's doing. And this is the second time that I've heard about it. I didn't see him recently, but I saw him last time. I would not suggest dumping your ETH. Last time they did that shit, ETH went nuts a week later. Remember that, Wes?
Yeah.
He was dumping his ETH on stream, and then a week later, the freaking, Solana took a tank and ETH pumped. So, and I'm not saying he doesn't make good calls. He makes great calls too. But the reality of it is, I think, what we're doing with our channel is trying to show you guys that, just like he's very positive with Bitcoin overall, no matter what the price is, we're also very positive with the way our investing strategy is. Like, in other words, if ETH is down like crazy, you don't sell the shit. Like, that's the last thing you do. Don't sell your shit when it's unless you have to. If you have to and your back's against the wall, that's a different story. But if you don't have to sell something when it's down, you definitely don't want to do that. And so that's a very dangerous pattern to get into. What about XRP? Who will be number 2 after 5 years? Bro, this is good, Daniel. I love this. I only invest in Bitcoin. He says we'll come back to that in a second. You're very well informed. Thanks, Daniel. We try to give you all sides of every market. And Wes, let me ask you this. This is a great question. What about XRP? Who will be number 2 after 5 years from now? I think is what Daniel's asking. I don't think we'll ever get XRP or Litecoin out of the top 10, unfortunately. But what do you think, Wes? What are your thoughts?
On XRP or like the top? Who's going to be?
He's saying number 2 after 5 years from now. So that's a good question because it brings everything right now forward from now till 5 years forward. Who's going to be number 2? I still say ETH.
Oh yeah. So I definitely still think ETH, Ethereum. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, it's going to be Ethereum, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, and after Ethereum, I think that we'll see a lot of these new ones start to come up, but you have a lot of OG ones, man, that were here in 2020. A lot of projects launched in 2020. Those are ones that we're familiar with, but if you're just now coming in, you're probably not as familiar with these projects. I mean, we have Polkadot, BNB is still a contender. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff going on there. A lot of building going on there. We got projects like Scale, that is doing a lot of cool stuff. There's a lot of layer 2 projects that are doing really cool stuff, man. But as far as like a layer 1, that's a tough one, man. I think that Aptos, Sui are going to be contenders as far as layer 1s go. There's Avalanche that I think there's a lot of building. Cardano, GMB is a huge Cardano supporter. I think that Cardano is in the picture. BNB. There's a lot of good layer 1s out there. And I think that if they've been around since last year and they've survived it and they're still growing and their developer activity is growing, then those are the ones to pay attention to. Aptos is one to pay attention to.
Oh, for sure. Wes, just real quick, I'm not going to keep dwelling on this GMB and Wes, but check this out. So when we shared this and we're live, we're sharing the actual YouTube link, but usually when we're live here, see, this is good because we see this red ring. So that's good. But the problem is usually there's a post like right here. It says 32 minutes ago. And it usually showcases the link there. Dude. So I don't understand why it's doing that, you guys. Way. It's weird.
Dude, we usually have at least around 30 to 40 from X at this point. Like is
we're getting completely rugged on our X. So just a little bit of rugging going on the Twitter side of Restream.
Just a little bit.
Just a slight rug pull. Getting completely shadow banned on X, not good. So let's just do this. I'm gonna pull this up, Wes, while we have it. Guys, not a whole lot's changed, man. We're poking our head underneath 3 trillion. I said basically this is definitely important for us to get over. And you can see, we took an attempt here. We took an attempt here. Triple top formed basically at 3 trillion, 1, 2, 3, and we're headed back down. So next point of bounce would be, back at that 2.8 level. There was a significant amount of traffic there. But, 2.6 is the lowest part of this leg. I would consider this whole move here one leg. Let me see if I can go back to the max. It's what? I got to go back to Bitcoin to show you the leg, which I'm fine with. I'm going to pull Bitcoin up real quick. So the interesting thing about this little quote-unquote downtrend, and we did talk about this before about these patterns. If you see, blow this up full screen. Okay. So, all right. So check it out. So from here, you could say that this is the draw. This is the drop. We came down, and then you had that bounce. So you can't really count that because that's just trading bullshit. And then we had a drop. And then you could say that this is the leg, right? You could say that that's one move. You could take it from here and say that's one move, or you could take it from here and say, oh, well, don't count this chop bullshit. Just pretend that this is one big move down and then this is a move up. But I prefer not to look at it like that. What I keep seeing, for whatever reason, is from here. And I know it's slop. The downtrend should have more of a pitch and not go sideways first, right? But
yeah,
I think that this level up here gives us a more realistic idea of this move, right? I mean, yeah, you had a bounce and a reversal and then a chop and then a drop. But if you don't pay attention to all this bullshit that happened in here and you just look at the overall trend, you know, we came up, right? Then we had sideways and then you had your move. So I would take the move from here and I would try to just ignore this thing here. And I would say what we did was we were right around this range here at $97,000 forever, 98,000, 97, 98. And then I would say the move was from here to here. So, yeah, there's shit that happened in the middle, but I'm trying to ignore that because I don't see that as a significant enough move. What I do see, however, is this drop from here, a bounce, and then you're getting a corrective move up, which if I was just looking at that, I would say the continuation at that point would be boom, 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 and we would come down here. All of my spider senses and chart senses are telling me there's no way that this doesn't play out. This move here needs to play out. Like this from up here to here, that whole downward needs to play out. And until it does, I'm not going to be happy, but that doesn't mean that it's going to happen. You know, just because Sierra's not happy about something doesn't mean that that it's going to play out just because I don't, you know, I see that it has to happen. But Wes, I feel that strongly about this move, that between all the levels, we need to go hit that level, bro. Let's just go hit 73, 74, get this shit done. Let's hit the fucking thing. Let's stop playing games, you guys. And then we can clock in, right? We can get all these people that are shilling NFTs right now, get them off the timeline. You know, you get one green day and the NFT projects come out the woodwork, dude. Like, oh, new mint, new mint. It's like, bro, you had one green candle today. Chill out. Stop. So Holmes is in the house. What, you have anything to say about that pattern? No, that down leg pattern, Wes. Did you?
I mean, in which time frame was that?
Well, I was on two different time frames. I was on the 3-month, and then I was on the total global. Was on the max chart on that, but the 3-month is where you can clearly see that. Let me bring it back up.
Like it was just showing you the past 3 months, or is it? Hold on, let me see. Yeah, that's something that we mentioned before.
It's just showing you. Yeah, this is all February, March. Okay, so yeah, this is just showing you 3 months total. But what I was saying, you know, you could measure here, which, oh shit, it's not even sharing. God bless it. Sorry, guys. Yeah, we may end up going back to freaking StreamYard, dude, because this thing is starting to get radical.
Yeah, I think that's a done deal, man. Let's go ahead and pull the trigger on that too.
Yeah. Can you click the other thing where it shows the damn screen? I'm trying to click the one on the bottom.
I got it, man.
Is not right.
I got it, man. All right, let's do this. Boom. Boom. Okay.
There we go. Okay, so the move I was saying, and you kind of have to ignore the bullshit in the middle, which is this little weird, like, boom, this little pump here.
Every time
if you ignore that and just look at this move right here, Wes. This drop and then this corrective wave up, you know, but I would take it from up here because this is where the sideways shit was. So it's almost like I just see this as one big
time frame you're on, though.
This is a 3-month chart, but the time frame is, I guess it's every. This is probably the 4 hour, dude. Yeah, it looks like the 4 hour, I think.
Okay. All right. Cool. That's all I needed to know.
But check this out, Wes. Check this out. From right here, I call this the drop. This is the drop. Boom, one drop. Forget this little stupid corrective wave in the middle. Doesn't even count. Just take it from here and go bang, and then and which this is, I consider this fake froth bullshit too. This is just market makers accumulating right here is all this is. But what I think is happening is you're getting this downtrend. We had a bounce, dead cat bounce ish accumulation, and I think that one more of these moves right here, if I could extrapolate on this, which I can't, but let's just say we could, that's still, look where it would put us. I mean, this is a rough estimate, but boom, boom. Look where it's more confluence down at 73,500 because this is 75K right here on the chart. So that would put my estimate right around here, which would probably put us at 70 to 70, between 70 and $77,000. And that's, you could say that, but you could also say, well, what about the cup and handle? And there's a cup and handle right here. It's ugly. It's ugly as shit. There's kind of a crazy looking double bottom too. But you could say, oh, this is a jacked up double bottom right here. Or you could say, well, look, there's a cup and handle. I mean, it's an ugly cup. There's the handle. Where's the breakout? We're headed down on that cup and handle. So I just think there's a lot of ugly shit being drawn. But I definitely wanted you to see if you understood that leg thing I was talking about and see if it made, any sense to take the measurement from here down and then bounce and then boom, continuation. But it's going to be quick, dude. So that's what I wanted to know. Do you see what I mean about that?
Yeah. I mean, it is bearish, on the chart or whatever. Like when you go into a steep dive like that and then you're slowly crawling back up, like the way we're doing now, which is also, a rising wedge pattern that's kind of going in right there. Usually that's going to break to the downside. And that's kind of like what we both agreed on here. But I just see if we do, or when we do, fall back out of that pattern, that wedge, I see more of a double bottom playing out than breaking below it. Or
you're saying right here, you're saying double bottom right there, Wes. Like in other words, we would double bottom at this point, but right here where the red is.
Or the one that's to the left, that little pitch to the left. Maybe come back and test that one to the right.
79. And I see that too. I do see that, Wes. That's why I said, the fake out, you know what it is? These market makers, Wes, I think they're giving themselves so many options right now, just in case. I think the market makers are literally steering Bitcoin exactly where they want it. I think this is the most significant amount of manipulation on the price on any asset on an exchange in the fucking history of mankind. I really do think that every investment firm, every major institution like Fink, Fidelity, BlackRock, all these guys, I think every eye and every algorithm they have right now is being paying attention to Bitcoin. Crypto Holmes says, take a look at the Bitcoin and M2 supply correlation. Seems like late April and early May will be a good move up for the crypto market. The 105-day correlation on the chart seems the most accurate. Good call, Holmes. Freaking stud. You're a freaking stud, Holmes.
Yeah, we actually looked at that last week, I think, man. They are correlating. We talked about it a little bit. Money supply is expanding. When money supply expands, people spend freely because there's more money flowing around. People are borrowing money. We talked about liquidity drying up. I think this is the number one concern on most economists. Their concern is that liquidity is going to dry up because we're holding rates. We're not cutting rates. We're putting a pause on the rates. And when that happens and rates are still high, you know what I mean? It's still expensive for people to borrow money. Banks are charging more. And then when they can't afford to borrow any more money, liquidity's dried up. There's not money flowing around. So when money stops flowing around, it's bad for the economy. GDP is going to stop growing, and that's never good. So you've got the fiscal side of it, and you have the federal side of it. what is it, fiscal and monetary policy side. So it's like Trump wants to cut taxes. That's a way to kind of avoid, if the Fed doesn't want to, print any more money, or they don't want to cut rates, then there's the tax cuts. But the thing about the tax cuts is that that's going to take time, right? Like, it's not going to happen right away. It's going to, evolve over time. So the quickest way to solve that issue is to start, cutting rates, or yeah, and you know what I mean? And like, he's just not doing that yet. So everybody's kind of expecting a rate cut coming next month. I believe is the next meeting. So
Daniel says XRP may break, or I'm sorry, GMB says Daniel, XRP may break for second. Don't know if it makes it though. Interesting point. I agree that's going to be the collection. One Fast says, evening fan, hope everyone had a good day. And this dab is for y'all. Hey, we appreciate that, One Fast.
Yeah, appreciate that, man.
I felt like I was being brought to the future with my homeboy a couple years ago, and I said, what the hell is a dab? And then he starts breaking out all these tools and, all this crazy stuff. And I'm like, whoa, man, I'm not, what the hell is all this? Like, and back in my day, it was very simple, roll that shit like that shit.
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh, get the torch and the freaking metal thing. And, well, you got to get this thing and the freaking, I'm like, holy shit, dude, this is like dangerous. Like, what are we doing here? But yeah, shout out to you if you know how to work all that craziness, and be careful. But yeah, we love it. Are the whales so good now that this is them moving back to 92? I like what Daniel's going here. I like what he's saying, because what Daniel's saying here is that psychological thing we were talking about last week, Wes, where they keep the price in the bottom, while they're accumulating.
Yeah.
They want you bearish and scared so that you're not buying. And it makes sense, because look, we're at the top of a range at 88 where we should reject. Or are we at the bottom of 92? And if you're a whale right now, maybe you're saying, hey, we're at the bottom of 92 right now. We're scooping the shit up. Whereas retail might look at this and go, oh, we're at 88,000. We're going to hit our head again and fall. So good observation on that, Daniel. It's a psychological trick that the whales use, and they do it.
Yeah, it's a tactic, man. Like you go up and you hit 88,000. Let's say you hit 88,000 once a week or twice a week over the course of 4 weeks. And what are you going to do every time? Now everybody's saying, well, shit, dude, every time we hit 88,000, like, we get rejected from it and we fall down. So everybody changes their mind. They're like, oh, we're hitting resistance. We might break out long. And, and then they short it. And then finally, by the 10th time, you're up there and you say, you know what, man, every time this is hit 88,000, it dumps through it. It won't go through it. So I'm going to short it this time. Damn it. It's been fucking 10 times already. And then that's when it breaks through. And I think that's why, that's how that disbelief rally kind of works, man. Like you're just in disbelief, because you're like, every time we've come up here, we've gotten rejected. So this can't be a breakout. And then, it turns out to be a breakout. So yeah, I think that is something kind of along the lines that's going on here. And you know what they're going to do, man? They're going to do a fast wick to the downside, man. Maybe a fast wick back to 80,000. And then everybody's going to be, calling for, below 70K and shit. And then it'll pop right back up and we'll be at 100K before you know it. That's just how those things work, man. They do that for sure.
Yeah. So I think that's all I have on total global and Bitcoin price right now. Unfortunately, I'm going to have Wes pull up some Lux Algo, see if Lux Algo will give us anything. Maybe look at the EMAs. But I think, I hate it for us, guys. We kind of said this last week that we were like, you know what? This is going to be a fucking I said this is going to be a boring ass week, bro. Maybe 2 weeks, possibly. But here's the thing. It has been boring as shit. So we're right. We did make that call. No major moves. But is it a bad thing? I don't know, man. Maybe we just got to be patient, see what April 1st brings, brother. April 2nd is the tariffs, not April 1st, because that's April Fool's Day. So Trump did April 2nd with the tariff thing, the big bad tariff It's basically saying if you charge me $25 to buy one of your cars, I'm going to charge you $25 to buy one of our cars. That's all Trump's doing. So if everyone thinks, oh, it's going to break the market, it's going to do this, it's going to do, no, it's just called good, clean common sense. You treat me, do unto others as you want done to you. That's all Trump's doing with these tariffs. And we shouldn't be so over hyper about how bad it's going to break everything and ruin everything. It's not. It's going to bring balance back to the United States. It's not a bad thing. It's a really good thing. But, I guess until the markets stop getting spooked out about it, April 2nd is going to be a good day for that reason. So thank God. At least everyone will shut up and we'll see what happens with the tariffs, whether it breaks the world or if we can just get on with it and get over the indecision. But Wes, I'll let you pull up some Lux. Yeah, hit the likes, please. Daniel, thank you for shilling that like button. Please, guys, because we are having real trouble with Restream right now, not sharing the live stream on X. Still says 0 viewers on me for X. I know we have viewers, but it still says 0.
That's weird, man. We never, not once since we've live streamed, ever had 0 viewers on X, so that can't be right. But then again,
we may just have to unlink it. We might have to unlink the X from Restream and then relink it fresh.
Yeah,
delete it or whatever.
Let's just bite the bullet. Go back to StreamYard, man. I think that's the solution here. All right, let's look at some charts.
What we got? Let's see what we got, brother. We're calling the doctor, man. We're calling in Dr. Snipes. Wesley Snipes is going to take a look at the charts for you lovely people.
For you lovely folks. Is it up there?
Oh, yeah. VPVR's up, looking good. Yeah, look at that chart. Looking sexy. Looking like a zombie chart right there, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Stepping the game up. Clean.
I haven't changed anything.
No, I know. It's just more clean than normal. It's more organized. I like it.
This is clean to you?
It's clean, man. That's clean. That's clean.
So much shit everywhere. All right. So, yeah. All right, guys. Let's start with the daily time frame. I think, we all know that these are the more important levels that we need to watch. So what Sierra is looking at is this down movement here and then this slow trickle up. Usually tends to, fall out of this and break to the downside. It is a bearish move. And I wouldn't call it like a perfect, bear flag
all
pattern, but the market structure of it that pushed down. And I'm kind of ignoring this, man. This was some kind of manipulation. It was news that brought it up and then brought it right back down. So I'm kind of looking at this as one move down, right? Direction down and then slowly up. And a lot of times what happens is we break to the downside from this. This is a bear flag. That's why I call it a bear flag. Now, but the only thing that is kind of, we have to reverse eventually, right? We're not going to stay down, over the next 2 weeks. At least I hope not, right? But eventually, we're going to reverse. And we have been in this downtrend for a long time now. I mean, when did we top out here? Yeah, January. Right, so we've been going down since January, with little push-ups, in between or whatever. So we should be expecting a reversal sometime soon, right? We're in a bull market, so we should be expecting a reversal. And I think that's almost kind of what's playing out right now. I mean, if we are looking at it technically from a technical standpoint, we're in an uptrend, right? We're ranging up. And we're just ranging here, and we're starting to try to put in some market structure, and it's starting to look good. I guess you could say better than what it has been. Right? You kind of draw it out and see that we're making higher highs, higher lows, but we are ranging, and I think that there's a few good things here. One is that we have retested this swing high, and we're right there at it. Right? We're sitting right above it. We're literally sitting the bottom of this body is the top of this. And that is always a good thing, when you're retesting the previous high. That's always a good thing. But we're getting held down from this resistance that was support. So again, this trend line is starting to be very significant to us again, because you can see that we've come up in it, and now we're kind of we're dropping down with that range there. So it's coming back into play here, and I think that that is something that I mentioned last week, that not only is 88,000 resistance level, right? It's also, there's a lot of confluence here from previous market structure, and we're just having trouble trying to break out of that. But the positives here is we've gotten over this high volume area on the VRVP. We've gotten over that, and we retested it really nicely here, back in March 22nd ish, that week. And we retested it and pushed past it. Now, the one thing that we were talking about last week was hitting the top of this range, which we did. And now we're starting to drop back down. We retested the low of it. We're starting to retest the low of it with wicks up. And what I want to see is for us to break out of this little downward resistance level here, break out of that, get to the top of the range, which is going to be that 90,000. I thought we would, and that's why I thought 90,000. I knew we were going to come back and test the range low, but I thought we would be up by 90,000. I think if it wasn't for this this resistance here, I think we probably would have pushed past it. But that's kind of where I'm expecting it to go next. But as far as market structure goes, it looks good in my opinion. You know what I mean? I think it looks good. I would like to see some more volume come in. I'd like to see some bigger bodies here. The wicks are overtaking the bodies, and that's never good. It could be good for trading, but from like a structural standpoint, it's not good, right? And so now all we're seeing is really just ranging sideways within this overall range here, but it's looking good, man. I mean, it doesn't look great, but we are in an uptrend, and market structure is good, so that's always good for trying to trade. One thing I will say is that the Lux Algo oscillator matrix just printed a red dot here, which is signaling that we could start pushing down a little bit harder. Money flow is still in the red, but it is out of the threshold. Momentum, you can see this momentum wave starting to tighten up. See that cloud here? I don't know if you can see it on the screen. There's like a cloud here that comes in. When we're really bullish and we're starting to move up with some volume, you'll see this spread out and get wider. And right now what it's doing is just tightened up. Like there's not even a cloud there anymore. So, and then, we just had a fucking candle. Like this is the start of the new candle here. Just came up. It's red right now. I think we hit back to the range low before we start breaking back up. But I think we stay in this range, man. I think we break up out of this range. I don't think that we fall out of it.
Yeah, I was just looking at the $83,700 line where that green line is going across, and we may just range from 87 down to 83 for a little while, like just bounce in that little sideways. How boring would that be? Oh my God, everyone would be losing their mind. But this is where it feels like in the market that nothing's happening, but this is where the whales are buying in small amounts from retail. So what you're seeing on the charts right now, what you've been seeing this past week, is basically, big money has basically tried to just tell everybody, look, we're at $80,000 Bitcoin ish, between 80 and 100, whatever. But the panic is set in for retail. So, excuse me, what retail's doing, you got your diehards, they're not selling shit. Then you got your noobs that just came in and they're 50-50, right? They're saying, well, maybe I should take some money off the table and sell a little bit. So the whales are scooping up small amounts of Bitcoin right now. That's why the price ain't doing shit, because they want it slow and steady while they're accumulating. And I think they're accumulating straight up from retail, Wes. I think what they're doing is they're just boring the shit out of people, trying to get small amounts of Bitcoin released back to the exchanges, which is probably what retail's doing. They're, Joe Blow that opened his Coinbase account last week or 3 weeks ago at 92,000 is pissed off, right? So he sold half of his shit. He's like, I'm taking half my money at least. The responsible investor that got in at 92 or 95, he's taking half his money off the table at a loss. And Michael Saylor and Larry Fink are just buying that shit up right now. So it's a small amount, so it's not pushing the price radical. That's why I think you're seeing this boring ass sideways stuff. And I think we have a little bit more of this to go. I don't think it's over with. Even though the next month I am bullish, and we do start a new month very soon, guys. I mean, we're right here, you know. But unfortunately, you're right here. Level Wes has got resistance at 88. You got resistance at 3 trillion. You got a CME gap down at 84,000. We haven't even talked about that shit. There's still a CME gap at 84 that Zombie put out yesterday. I just saw. So there, you got a CME down below us. You know what? We should look at the liquidations too, man. See.
Yeah, we will.
But yeah, I didn't mean to over interrupt. I was just saying.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
I know it's boring, you guys, man, but just please realize that this is when the whales are making their moves, dude. This is not like nothing's happening. Shit is happening.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So basically my point was from this movement, we've been going down for so long in this downtrend within a macro bull market that eventually we have to reverse, right? Whether that reverse happens today, tomorrow, a week from now, it does happen. So what I want to put out there, and I want everybody to take from this is to keep that in the back of your mind, dude. You know what I mean? Some people just kind of lose sight of the overall trend and just become bearish as fuck, and they're not understanding that, dude, we need to be on the lookout for a reversal. And if we can catch that reversal, dude, it's going to be magnificent, dude. Like we want to trade the reversal. So we're going to be keeping an eye out for when that happens, man. And unfortunately, with how these markets are moving and knowing that smart money is kind of in control right now, it's really hard to tell when that's going to be. So yeah, but if we do fall out of this again, if we fall out of this, then I would expect to come back and hit a double bottom. I'm looking at like 80,000. We could come back and hit this wick again, but that's what I'm looking at. I think that would be a fake out wick, and then we continue up. But nobody is getting they're not tricking anybody with this, dude. You know what I mean? They're not tricking anybody with this slow grind up, and we understand that it is bearish momentum. But we should be also aware that eventually we're going to reverse because there's a lot of things. I mean, from a macro standpoint, I mean, they're going to be cutting rates. There is a lot of legislation and what's it called? Regulation, like in play for people to be able to, use crypto to make the U.S. a crypto-friendly country. And it's happening, man.
So let me just say something real quick, Wes, because you are flipping me a little bit here. Whereas before I was saying we could just go down to 74, 75 and stay there for a week or two. Remember I said that a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah.
So I agree with where we're at. We're getting close. Your potential for a double bottom drop is highly likely, just as much as my $73,000 is likely. So here's what I'm going to say. At this point, I don't think we go up short term. There's two scenarios I think that are going to happen. Number one, we go to my level I'm calling, or number two, we double bottom where you're at. I'm taking off the upside off the table until after April 1st, which would be April 2nd. So I'm basically saying we go down or down from here until April, maybe the second week of April. But I think your double bottom theory at 79,000 ish, 78,000, whatever it is. Dude, double bottom right near 77. I'll take that at this point and say, okay, well, I was close enough. But either way, I would be happy with that too. If we don't go to 73,000, we don't go to $70,000 Bitcoin. Let's say we double bottom at 78. You get a wick maybe over the 4-hour period, right? Maybe you get a wick down to 73, 74 for a couple hours, and then all of a sudden it gets eaten right up. It never shows up on the chart, but it happened. You just see the wick on the permanent chart. That's where I'm starting to shift, but I'm still major looking at those levels below us. But I think your theory right now saying that but maybe that's all the market makers can do, drop us down to that 78 real quick and then keep rolling. Very likely, dude, from what I'm seeing now. So I'm 50-50, but I hear your side loud and clear, brother. I think that your double bottom theory is actually starting to look more like what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it maybe my 70,000 Bitcoin is, maybe Sierra was wrong. Maybe we don't get it, but I told you to be prepared for that situation too, just in case.
Yeah. And I want to just kind of point this out as well. So we're looking at, normally when there's trend continuation, a lot of times they're looking at the 0.5 for you to come back and retest. And it's not on this. What is it on the 3-day? Is it the 3-day? Might be on a 3-day. So if we do, I want you guys just to keep this in mind as well. At least from this, where we're measuring it from here, we're just now hitting the 0.5 on the 3-day. So, this is a retest of the 0.5. So, I mean, there's a high likeliness that we could go to the downside. But if we do, then I'm thinking that, hell, 84, man, anywhere between 80 and 84 is kind of where I'm looking at for a potential double bottom. 84 seems like a pretty solid level. It was, this area back here. It acted as support and it's flipped into resistance, kind of this whole area through here. And you can see it's the point of control on the VRVP. So I don't know, man. I'm almost expecting if we do fall out of this, we could just drop down to 84. If we fall through 84, then we're going to 80. We fall through 80, we're going to 77. Like, you know what I mean? Let's do it one level at a time. I think that that's always good too. Just kind of keep their perspective. We do this twice a week, guys. So that's the good thing about it, man, is we can just look at these levels and we know that, all right, if we break above this one, we're probably going here. If we break below this, we're probably going here. If we break above 88, we're probably going to 90 to 92. If we fall below 84, then we're probably going to go to 80. Like, you know what I mean?
And likewise, real quick, Wes, what he's also saying too, like if you're like me and you got to pay your car insurance bill or your storage unit bill or whatever it is coming up, you're all in on fucking shit coins, you're like, all right, let me go sell some of this shit coin and pay this bill. You wait till the absolute day before you got to pay the bill, and then you pull the shit out of the market, you pay your bill, then you go back in. I know that's crazy. It's not responsible, whatever, but there's degens out there and y'all know who I'm talking about. If you're living your life like that, then we're giving you this kind of information, because then you could say, okay, think about this too. Where are we at Thursday night? What's tomorrow? Friday. What happens on Friday? The market fucking closes for 2 days. Wall Street closes, goes home. They pack up. So you have in mind, okay, tomorrow's the last trading day of the week for Wall Street, and usually there's low volatility over the weekend. So if you're looking at the price action, you're looking where we are right now, what tomorrow is, be thinking over your weekend right now. So are we going to rally and go to 102,000? I don't know. Think about where you are in the week too. That's another thing. It's very helpful just to give you more information. But I think that that's crucial as a trader or a short-term guy. Look at the price action. Look where we are. Look at your levels like Wes is showing you. VPVR is heavy at 83. But with low volatility over the weekend, maybe we just go down to 84 and go a little bit sideways. Maybe we don't bounce really hard because the markets technically are not open on Wall Street over the weekend. So just something else to keep in mind. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah. So yeah, we're retesting our 0.5 now in the downtrend. So I would like to see us break above that, get above, the 0.618. But essentially the level that we need to break, we need to get above 88,000. Hopefully, hold 88,000 as support, and then our next level above that is going to be 90 to 92. And then our floor right now is 84, 85-ish. Where do I got this at? Yeah, like 84,000. We need to hold that as support to continue this uptrend that we're in.
What a hell of a range from 82 to 88. I mean, we said that weeks ago, and you could see it on the VPVR. You could see that it's like if it was a pinball, where's the ball headed right now? The ball's headed in between those two. So it's bing, 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 bing. Yeah. So yeah, you got some more trading to do in here. And if we lose 83, Wes, 83 looks like there's more support there than anywhere else above
Yeah,
us.
there's you can see it on the on the VRVP. You can see the 84, and it's like 83 to 85, dude, like 84.8 or something. There's a lot of volume right here, a lot of trading that happened right here, right? So that's why I'm feeling good. I'm glad that we're finally above that. I mean, it took us a while to get above it. I mean, since we've been in this range, that was mostly where we we're getting rejected from, and it's finally flipped into support. So we'll see if it holds up, but yeah.
South Korea, that's what the guy stole that wallet. What you think? See that big wick that just came in? South Korea, that's the guy that stole that wallet. What you think? Yeah, I heard something about that, Daniel. Selling Bitcoin is like selling your 69 Mustang. Got to learn to swim with the whales. Daniel's a true Remora, man. Shout out to Daniel. We love that. You've been calling that one last dump to 78K. I have, Daniel. I've been screaming it from the rooftops almost as loud as I've been screaming that CME gap that got played. And look, I'll tell you this, Wes. Zombie did a video, and he's not lying. We're still in an uptrend if Bitcoin drops down to $70,000, you guys.
Yeah,
we have a
look at the
freaking
monthly,
cushion.
dude.
Keep in mind, we could go all the way to 70,000 and still maintain a freaking uptrend. So when I say 70 to 77, I know I sound like Garrett Soloway, but the reality of the situation is, bro, if you guys catch that fucking move, if you save $20 from your paycheck and you have that sitting on the fucking side and we go down that low and you buy some alts that you really love, dude, you're going to get a fire price. Like if we get that drop, and if we don't, you still got a good chance at making your bags right now.
Yeah.
Wow. We just got booted again, Wes, from YouTube and from, unless it's on your end too, my end showing one. This is crazy.
It is, dude. Yeah.
It's crazy. I'm showing 1 on YouTube, 0 on X on my end.
Yeah.
But it did say that my connection got
dude.
sloppy or something. But yeah, this is some bullshit.
Yeah, man, not good. We definitely need to switch it back. Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, on the monthly, man, you can see, I mean, it's clear as day that we're still in our uptrend. There's nothing that is showing signs of, going into a bear market here. And just based on this trend, I mean, the third time we hit it, we could, and you can see that's lining up, man. Our next candle, if it were to come down and retest that, you're looking at 76 coming back to that red or that yellow, excuse me. So we'll see, man. We'll see. We shall see. And on the as far as the moving averages, man, we are wedged right in between the 20 and the 50. Look at that, dude.
Yeah.
We're
Ping
wedged
balling.
right in between them. Yeah. But that's all I got, dude. This right here on the 4 hour, you can see that we're putting in this little triangle pattern. So that's good, right? Doesn't really.
What happens if you
here.
zoom? What happens if you zoom out on that chart a little bit, like back away a little bit? Like not too far, but can you zoom out a little?
Yeah, that's the 4 hour.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Well, dude, I don't know. We're at that stupid zone right now, dude. It's like,
yeah, I think
it's got to be very frustrating for everybody because I know it's frustrating trying to do TA on this shit because you're like, come on.
Well, I think there's good things, man. Like there's good things. We're above 84. We've retested 84. That's held as support. This from way back, dude. That was resistance, support, resistance. Is finally flipped into support again.
Yeah,
as you can see, and then we're putting in a nice little, I don't know, pennant, I guess you can say, starting to tighten up. So this should technically, I mean, this should break to the upside here. And on the 4 hour, we're above.
But it won't. It should,
right.
But it won't.
Right, it should. And on the 4 hour, I mean, we're above both of our 20 and 50. Actually, the 20 looks like it's kind of holding that support there. But yeah.
unfortunately, I think it's a little bit more hurry up and wait until April, second week in April kind of thing.
Yeah, we'll get our rate cuts, and then that'll be it. We'll get the rate cuts, and that's probably what's gonna be the catalyst.
And when does that happen?
That is a good question. I think it's mid-April.
So that would make sense. So you got the Ides of March over with, 2 weeks for the tariff bullshit to settle, rate cuts in April. There you go, Wes. I think that just gave us our what makes sense. So if you look at the second week in April, are the market makers going to dump us down one more time to get cheap Bitcoin before April, second week in April? I think they could still do it. One more, they could milk it one more time down to $74,000. It's going to take a hell of a lot of sales for that to happen.
Yeah.
Daniel says he doesn't think we run up till May. That's, and that was the other thing. May, June, July, August. Maybe we get a June, July, August pump. And
everybody's too bearish, man. I'm bullish, man. I think that we break out of this soon.
Yeah, you're swaying me that direction, Wes, because there's a lot of shit that's showing me how we're getting above the blue box zone there. Like,
yeah,
we're technically trying to get above that as resistance. We may be flipping it into support right now, that blue box zone. So
yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things we'll know by Monday a little bit better, but I still think, at the lowest point over the weekend, we go down to 84, maybe fill the CME gap. Maybe we go as high as 88,000 again. I'm looking for a non-event at least till Monday. I don't think we see shit. If we're lucky, we fill the CME gap down at 84. Trump is asking for cuts, but they ain't going to rush it. Yeah, good call on that.
Because they're not cutting. Yeah, they're not cutting rates, and he wants to speed this process up. He wants the markets to pump, dude. Like, he's said it. That's what he wants, right? But there's things that need to fall in place before we can do that, especially, trying to keep inflation tamed, right? They can't just come out and just start printing fucking money everywhere. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things that need to happen properly so they don't mess the economy up, man. But they need to do something before that liquidity starts drying up and stops flowing, dude. Like, something's got to happen. So
yeah, I think all good points, man. I think we do look good, even if we get this dump down to 70 or 77, whatever. Even if we go to that lower range, like I said for weeks, I said it would be short-lived, and Bitcoin is just showing that it's still strong. If the market makers haven't been able to drop us down into that range and keep us there for an amount of weeks or a month or two, then there is buying pressure coming in. Like, the shit they're buying. The mere fact that they're not dropping us that low very easily is showing you that there's too much demand. And yeah, dude, this could be a good thing if we let's say we bounce at 78K and we don't go back to 70 to 77. That could be the signal that we don't go to that level until the bear market.
yeah.
So I do think that we're running out of that sort of time, if that makes sense. Like, the time for the market makers to go down there is getting shorter. Like, I think if they're going to make that fucking move with April rate cuts coming up, the Ides of March over with, the stock market had a good move today. Liquidation levels maybe we could look at, but other than wrecking traders, the time to move us down there is, if they're going to do it, it makes sense to do it sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
And what if it's a fake out too, Wes? What if this whole shit is just fake to make us think they're going to take us down to that 70 to 77, and this is the bottom? Like, that could be the other thing they're doing. They're just riding this 82 to 88, and they're just scooping because they know we're headed to that 120 next. And that would suck too if you were sitting on the sideline right now.
Yeah.
What you got?
So this is global liquidity. It's not M2. We'll pull that up, but this is global liquidity, and you can see, man, back in 2020, our last bull run, what happened? You can see it on the chart. For us to run up, man, we need that liquidity. We need global liquidity to expand, and we're still in this downtrend since back here. But most people are saying that this is the reversal for the global liquidity to push up here. And as you can see, man, we did the same thing during the bear market back here, and then what happened? We ran up, during the bull market. So it's following the global liquidity here, and so just something to keep an eye on as well. But a lot of people are speculating that this is this is starting to move up a little here.
Well, yeah, getting an actual bounce.
Yeah, it's weird on the chart, like if you move it, because it's trying to compare it to Bitcoin there, but yeah, depending on where you move it. But yeah, let's see. Global liquidity into money supply. Right there. That's it. Look at it. Look at it, man. This is global. This is the M2 money supply and global liquidity. And it's very faint. Like you can't really see. I've messed around with these charts so many times. This one is obviously you can see when they're moving up, they move up. But when this draws down, look at this, man. It's really hard to tell like when it's dropping down. But they do kind of go together, right? And this has been downtrending just like this has. So now it's curving up, and it looks like we're retesting the high from back here. So hopefully,
double topping.
Yeah, hopefully we can push that. Well, I mean, look, we've been going up since since they started it, right? It's just a fucking huge run up. Then we had that massive push for COVID, and that was the inflation, that kind of took place, and we got a little out of hand. But yeah, we don't downtrend for too long. If you zoom, let me take this off, dude. Go away. Yeah, so if you look at this, you can see when we do come down, it is not by much, dude. They don't, you know what I mean? Like it's not. It's just pretty much going up forever, right? Going up forever and ever. So we've been going down for a long time now, and it's finally curving back up. And so people are speculating that with the bullish MACD, the RSI starting to push up, that this is about to break out. They're going to start printing more money, and people will have money to buy Bitcoin. So,
well, what about a potential double top move, and then we come back to the middle of that hump to retest?
And that kind of falls on rate cuts. You know what I mean? So if they start cutting rates, then the money supply is going to expand, and the chart's going to go up. So you can't really look at this from like a charting perspective.
Yeah, I know.
It's just the flow of money in and out. You know what I mean? They cut the money printer off, the money supply drops, right? When they cut it back on, it expands, and it's been back on, since November of 2023.
Very interesting. Yep. And this is why Bitcoin goes up, because of this. This is exactly why. This chart is a proof of why Bitcoin actually does go up with its dollar value.
And look
at that move.
This was why we had such a massive bull run. Because there was a lot of liquidity flowing around. They expanded the money supply. Money's run, freely. It's almost like, dude, if you have something, it's simple supply and demand, dude. Like if you have more of something, you're willing to spend freely. But if you don't have that money, you're not going to spend it on stupid shit like you normally would. So, yeah.
Hyperliquid at $14. Hyperliquid's a good scoop right now. I had a couple other things that were fairly interesting. What about altcoins? Are you noticing any altcoins?
I've been watching
right now.
Yeah, I like the layer ones. Sui, Aptos. I'm still getting Solana. ETH. I'm still buying ETH. in a lot of RWAs, man. Like I was looking at Plume the other day, Centrifuge, Ondo. You know, I got some Ondo, but I want to load up on some smaller caps. Chainlink, you know, that is considered to be a part of the RWA ecosystem. And then thinking about Chainlink, you look at Pith, and then you compare those two. They're, you know, the utility is the same from both of them. So like, you know, you would evaluate Pith compared to Chainlink, and it's like, man, this is way undervalued. So Pith is another one that I like. Yeah, there's a bunch of them that I like, but RWAs I think is going to be what most people RWAs AI, man. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm kind of on the fence with AI. You know what I mean? I think it was just it was a
Phase.
phase. Yeah, it was a phase, and
It's like
like,
a gothic teenager phase, you know. We
bro,
went through a phase, wore some eyeliner. We wore some AI eyeliner, but now we're out of it.
yeah, like, dude, you can literally go to Chat GPT and say, you know, create me an AI tool that's like unique and cool, and it'll print you out something. You know, launch a token and then just say that that's what it does, and people will just drool all over it. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it may have been a mini mania phase within a
Yeah,
bigger mania phase. I don't think it goes away. I think it grows as a sector, but I think the initial hype, you know, our autistic brains in crypto, we're so short fused. It's like AI, all shit. That was so last year. It's like,
yeah,
like people are like already over that shit.
right.
But yeah, I do think, I do think that we're in the ultimate zone for boredom and, you know, DCAing with a vengeance on altcoins. I think
Mm.
this is like anyone that goes crazy with altcoins between now and if we get a little bit of a dip, I think we'll do very well when the euphoria stage hits. And I
Yeah.
don't think the euphoria stage has hit yet. So I do think there's still a lot of ways to make money in this market.
Yeah, this is the hyperliquid weekly chart. Like, look at that, dude. If there's ever a good time to buy a solid project, I would consider swapping all my ETH out for hyperliquid right now. I really would.
I think that would be a risky trade, but I think it would be
It would be.
it would be less risky than going. I think it would be about equal as going all in on like Solana at
Yeah.
this point. Like Hyperliquid has got in a short time, Hyperliquid's reputation has like almost gotten above Solana's. If it weren't for that other bullshit that just happened,
Yeah.
Hyperliquid would probably
Well,
already be more trusted than Solana as far as the crypto
but here's
Web3 shit goes.
yeah.
But
Think about Solana, man, in its early days. You know what I mean?
oh
Solana
yeah,
got
it
a
had a lot of problems.
lot of
It
hate,
did.
man. A lot
It
of
did.
hate, a lot of problems. Then the FTX stuff, like everybody just kind of connected those two together, and it went through a lot, man. It went through a lot, and I think that that's what this is for Hyperliquid, man. It's got to figure these things out. They went live, things are going to happen, and then if as long as they can, you know, pull it out the mud and change things and make it better, then this is a
Daniel
solid token. Yeah.
Daniel says, with this new market of incoming investors, how long before it makes Bitcoin soar? And that's a freaking great question. That's the direction of the market type question. Like how much longer of the shit do we need to wait? The mere fact that we're asking these questions while Bitcoin's above $80,000 per coin, and it was only $3,000 3 years ago. So if you look at those, okay, 5 years. I keep saying three. How long before it makes Bitcoin soar with the new investors? I don't think the new investors are here yet with retail, but I know they're here with corporate and Wall Street. So how long? Man, Wes,
Hold on. What's the question?
you know, with the new market of incoming investors, how long before it actually makes Bitcoin like rip? Like how much longer do we have before we have this euphoria stage? And the only thing I could say is it's usually October, November, December when Bitcoin has the major end of year rally with the euphoria shit. Sometimes it lasts a little longer. I would say with less than 6 months is my guess before we soar, like we take off for our next Zoom. I would say less than 6 months. But I would not say 2 weeks, even though we could break out. So I don't know. I'd say between 2 weeks and probably not 6 months, probably 4 months, to be honest with you. Between 2 weeks and 3 months at the most before we have a big move. What do you think, Wes? You think we got 3 more months of sideways?
I think if they cut in April, I'll be honest, man. I think the bottom's in. I don't know. That's what I said. I think that going down there to 77, 76. I'm still in the camp that I think the bottom's in. But I think April, we need we need that money coming in, man. They need to cut the printer on. So I think with that, and then talks of tax cuts as well. I think it happens soon, dude. 2 to 3 months max, dude. We start seeing a lot of momentum.
He's saying he keeps hearing third and fourth quarter of the year is going to be killer. And that's that October, November, December, dude. That's that
happen fast.
Quarter. And when it does, that's that parabolic fucking, where Bitcoin, let's say you get some boring shit right now until halfway through April, right? And then you get a little glimpse of hope because the rate cuts, and let's say Bitcoin goes back above 100,000, but it doesn't like soar. You could get that April, May, June kind of at 120 to 130, and then go into October, November, December, and that just could take you literally from $150,000 to 275 within those 3 months. And so you could be looking at your phone in a 3-month period at 150, and then see Bitcoin go up by $100,000, go from 150 to 250 within the period of, say, 3 to 4 months. I mean, dude, I'm telling you right now, that's the kind of shit that's the kind of moves Bitcoin makes when it does make a move. So I think it could still be that violent. I think we could get that violent uproar October, November, December. I've said it a million times, but that would play into your third and fourth quarter. He says, I think Trump made like a 3-month difference, I think is what he was trying to say. Yeah, it could have stalled us. And then you got the delayed cycle theory, which we're not going to keep rehashing, hopefully, Wes, because I don't think that shit makes sense anyway, because where are you going to go for your bear market? 69,000? I mean, is that I'll take that shit. If this the delayed cycle and 109 was the top, and then, then 69K would have to be the bottom of the bear market, fuck it. Let's go now. Like, let's start the bear market now. I'm good. Let's go. From here down to 69, 70,000 would be the bear market. The bottom, shit, dude. That would be good. That would be fine, because that would mean you would catch one hell of a run.
Yeah. This is the dollar index right here. Dollar index, we've been going down pretty consistently here since January. I had this blue line marked. That's exactly where we're going, 102 and then 101. Yeah, I want to see this drop some more too. If you were to say where this was going, where is it going? Going down, right?
I mean, it looks like you're hitting another level of resistance, sort of like, it looks like you could maybe break that resistance, but I don't know. It kind of like that green line across looks like you're going to hit some kind of resistance there, and you're going to go back underneath at least to that whatever 100 level. Or is that I don't know what that is. Yeah, it looks like you're
Yeah,
using
that's a
that
push
as
down.
resistance right now. Like, in other words, you came down, now you bounced up, dead cat bounce, but you're hitting your freaking head a little bit even right now, and she's gonna act like resistance. What is that? The Dixie?
Yeah, this is the DXY.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, we're up there. We don't stay up here for long, dude. When we do have
Mhm.
these, so that would be good for risk on assets as well. And I mean, and that's another thing, man. They start printing money, dude. It's, you know, the value of the dollar is going to go down.
Now, could they run it back
You
to
know?
the top of that blue line fairly quickly? They could
Yeah.
go for one more
Yeah, they
gusto
could.
up. They could do it one more pump up.
I don't know why I put these yellow lines, though. I don't know why I did these
That
yellow
might be the
lines.
halvings. Might be no.
No. Business cycle, maybe? I don't know. I don't know why I did it. But yeah, I expect this to come down as well. That would be good for riskier assets. So that's something to watch as well.
So
Is there anything else, man? You want to talk about
no,
anything else?
guys, I know it's kind of sucks because we're getting the sentiment jab with our Twitter for whatever reason, not really letting us know if there's a lot of people in there. But we appreciate and love you guys for being with us. One Fast, Daniel, GMB, the Holmes, the normal crew that's been in here. We appreciate you guys coming back and kicking the chat with us. And hopefully we will figure out why Twitter or why Restream is not working correctly with Twitter, and we'll get to the bottom of that because that is not good.
That's
Yeah,
annoying
it's
as
not
shit,
good.
dude.
And I almost want to say that it was on Twitter's end just as much as Restream, because Twitter should automatically have a notification when we go live. When Restream goes live, it should basically show up in my notifications. Hey, Crypto Remora is live. And it's not. That did not show up. So X did not give me the thumbs up that we were live,
Interesting.
even though we were. So I don't know.
Interesting.
We will figure that out.
All right, man. Dude, something's going on my end too. I don't know, dude.
We'll figure it out,
figure
guys.
it out.
Keep your heads up because we're
Lord.
at that crucial point, man. This is it. Stay hungry, my friends. Stay thirsty, my friends. It's gonna get better. It's just we got to deal with this little bit of more bullshit. But euphoria is coming, man. This year, I still think it's this year. I still think before 2026 hits, we're well above $125,000 Bitcoin, and all this boring shit is gonna be like, we're gonna be like, remember when we were worried about all this shit and people were burning Teslas up and all that bullshit? I think that
Right.
shit's gonna be in the past very soon. And yeah, dude, I think we still see all-time highs fairly soon. I'm very positive that my call at $275,000 Bitcoin still hits for this cycle. And I think the honey badger will have the last laugh, dude. I think Bitcoin will have the last laugh. And I do think ETH, the little engine that everybody keeps saying, please don't sell your ETH. Hold your ETH. Buy more if it goes lower, please. I'm 1,000% confident with that. Wes and I both agree. You're not stopping the train that is Ethereum. Ethereum will be rising again. And when it does, it's going to smack everybody and catch everybody off guard. And it'll show you why it is the number 2 blockchain, in my opinion. XRP will have a good run. Solana will have a good run. You'll make money with all of them. Cardano, you'll make money with every single crypto. But I think ETH is being slept on tremendously, and I don't think I do not think you should be selling your fucking ETH right now, and we definitely not do it on live stream.
It is so easy to say the opposite, to be the contrarian. It is so easy. We could come out here and just say, yeah, man, fuck ETH, dude. Like, be done with it. It's so easy to do that because that's what everybody is saying right now. And Yeah, I just
I'm
don't
not
believe
buying
that. I really
I
don't.
think that's a horrible move.
yeah.
And I would not suggest that. I wouldn't, but then again, I
Yeah.
wouldn't tell you to sell your Solana right now either. I wouldn't.
Right. Yeah, right.
So
I just think dumping one for the other
that's
is just
stupid.
not smart.
You're over trading, and I'm gonna tell you what else you're doing. You're putting money somewhere. You're putting it in Uncle Sam's pocket because that's a taxable event. Number one. Number two, you're out trading yourself, so you're giving the exchanges money. So if you're trying to trade your own bag sideways, I'm all for a little bit of portfolio cleanup every time you open your wallet. Maybe do a little bit of house cleaning, but for the most part, dude, hell no. Don't try to get out of one asset into another right now, right? It's like going to an airport and hopping on the metro rail at Orlando. They got little trains that you think you're going everywhere, but you're just inside the airport. You're not leaving the airport. You're just riding one train to another. You're just going to different areas of the airport. You're not going to make no money doing that shit. So either have the conviction and DCA or have the balls and try to do a good trade, or do a little bit of both, or just sit on your hands, dude. Don't stress. Try not to, don't overtrade your portfolio. That's a huge mistake I made the first 2 years I was in it. And I realized if I would have just held what I had, I would have made more money. So yeah, I would avoid overtrading right now too.
Yeah, for sure. You ready to do some calls, man?
Yeah, let's do some calls.
What you got?
I'm going to look at the date real quick. So by Monday, Friday, Saturday, we're on the 27th. That would put Fridays the 28th, the 29th is Saturday. Sunday is the 30th. And then there's only one more day. Monday morning is the 31st. Wow. Okay. Absolutely exactly where the fuck we are right now. Yeah, I'm not gonna be the contrarian. I'm just gonna say that we fucking go sideways again. And I'm gonna say I'll go a little lower. I'll say 86,000 by Monday. I think we hit the CME gap at 84, maybe get a little relief bounce, and then we continue to come down. By Monday, I say we're 80. Yeah, I'll say 86. Hell with it. 86 on Monday.
86,000.
Yeah. Slow bleed, slow sideways and down till Monday at 86. And hopefully break through the gap at 84 and get that filled. Although technically that won't fill until the market's open, right?
Yeah.
So maybe my call's a little weird.
Yeah.
I'll still say 86 though. Price action aside, 86. Yeah.
86. Okay. I'm gonna go with, where's Monday?
Daniel, give us your levels. Where are you at? One fast GMB. Put them in the chat, man. Give us your numbers. Where are we going to be on Monday? Give us your insights, please. Maybe help Wes copy off your homework a little.
All right, so we come down to retest 85. I'm going to go ahead and say that. I do think that we come back down and retest 85, at least 84, 85. And then by Monday, I'm going to stick with 90, dude. I think we break out of this.
Monday would be the last day of March. It would be the 31st, whatever. Yeah. And you're saying we're going to go above 90, or we're going to at 90 on Monday night?
We've got 4 days left in this market for the monthly candle.
Daniel says 87. He's a little closer to me. I say 86. Daniel says 87. You're saying 90. You're still bullish, huh?
Yeah, I'm still bullish, man. I am still bullish.
Well, that works, man, because one of us got to be wrong. right?
Yeah, we had that big red candle on the monthly, and then now we're putting in an indecisive green candle. I think we put. I think April. What is it? Yeah, April. I think is going to be like really bullish. So yeah, I think that we're going to start coming up from that.
Yeah, Daniel's got an interesting call there. No change. We do go up on the weekend, maybe high 80s, then 87 Monday morning. That's pretty much, we're all on the same page. That's pretty much what we're all saying. With West being a little bit higher on Monday. So we're all on the same page with that. Let's see if Bitcoin just decides to do something totally different. Say, screw you guys. I'm going to do what I want. We'll
It
see,
probably
man.
will, man.
I don't know. I feel like
do
they're
its own
parked.
thing.
I feel like with Total Global parked at 2.9, it's like all the money that's in, the whales' hands right now. I feel like they're all just doing this right now. They're like waiting for someone else to make the first move. Like everybody's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like that moment in the poker game where everybody knows there's no more bets to be made, but everyone's just looking at their cards because it's time to show what you got. That's where I think we are right now. I think if the market makers want to do their last hurrah and pull us down to 70,000, this is the last moment, y'all. This is it. Like, you guys got to make a fucking move soon. So I think we're so close, dude. I think we're so close to the upside either way, because if we got to go down first to go up, we'll hit a spring and we'll go a little higher. So I'm still bullish, man. Still bullish.
It's hard for me to say it. I can't really say like on Monday we're going to be at this day or this price target, but I can say that I do know that we'll probably hit 90,000 by Monday.
Like
for sure.
Anytime between now and Monday. And that counts,
Monday,
dude. If you call that and when the price action goes to 90, we'll call that as a winner, even if it ends up on my 87, because that's a good call to say that it actually will get that high over the weekend with low volume, little to no volume. And with the whales playing whale games like they're doing right now, they've got Total Global locked. They've got their everybody's just holding their freaking breath. And I thought it was because of the Ukraine-Russia thing. And now it's like, oh, because of the tariffs thing. Meanwhile, this is just the boys are accumulating, man. Wall Street, Larry Fink, Trump, these boys are just scooping Bitcoin up right now. That's the name of the game. Just stall. Just stall and accumulate. They're just eating it up. So we'll see.
And another thing, man, is I think that we're going to price in a rate cut soon. I don't think that's been priced in yet. I don't think this is what that is. So I think we'll price that in the next week. So
either way, things should look more exciting, thank God, than they have been in March. We kind of knew March was dead.
Yeah.
About 3 weeks ago, when the chief was saying, "Yeah, guys, it's going to be a no event kind of thing." I kind of got those vibes last month. I was like, "Yeah, the March is going to suck." But April, dude, I think April's going to be the last of the bullshit. I think the real wins are going to happen in May. I just feel that May, June, July. I feel like May, June, July, we're going to get the fireworks and scoop past 120 and head up toward 150. And then I think we close the year out, man, with the euphoria stage, October, November, December. I think September will be bad. Maybe the first week in October will be a little dicey. And then boom, October, November, December, we hit the euphoria. If we have a normal cycle, if not, maybe we have a longer drawn out one. But either way, I think everyone's in agreement that we're not going much lower. If we do go lower, it's going to be temporary, and it'll be pretty much one of the last dips before the moon season. So, yeah, good stuff. You guys make sure you hit like, follow, subscribe on Twitter and on YouTube for us, please. And hopefully by Monday, we will get the restream figured out, either to act right or we will go back to StreamYard, which is fine by me.
Yeah, I had no problems with StreamYard except for the little bit of issues we had. I think that was more network.
Yeah.
Trade setups. Can I do one real quick? All right, so trade setup, y'all. This is what I was just looking at here. No, not my camera. Damn it. All right, on the 15. This is the 15-minute, man. I've been looking more at the lower time frames. On the 15-minute, we are kind of, putting in this, I guess you could say a bull flag. So there's some opportunity here on the shorter time frames. It's the 15-minute. Looks like we've put in our first wave to the upside. I would look for this to continue up, and then I would look to reject or break out from here. So this is where I'm looking at my trade to do. I would look for it to come up here, get rejected and short to the downside, or to break above it, come back, retest, and then long to the upside. So if you break through it, look for that bounce to move back up, go long. If you don't and you get rejected, look for that bearish red candle to come back down. It could be a nice trade to the downside at the bottom of that range low. That's all I got.
Yeah, I
man.
like that. I like that. That's at least you got something. Yeah. I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
Is that? I like the angle,
It
dude. Look at
look
the angle of that.
bad,
It's
right?
almost got the fucking bull flag shape.
Yeah,
almost
dude.
getting a bull
So
shape.
it's the direction.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, the structure is bullish.
What time
man,
frame is
so
that? That's the 1 hour.
That's the 1 hour.
So, all right, we're finally getting a
4 hour.
4 hour looks a little dumpy.
4 hour, right? 4 hour, 1 hour.
1 hour looks
15
good. The 1 hour looks good. The 4 hour looks a little bit like a chunker that you're taking out on a date, and you're like, I don't know if this is gonna work long term. This.
Well, I like this one
The
because
heart line.
we wicked down and kind of did a double bottom, but we closed so far in above it, and it just looks good to me. This is definitely something that I can trade here, and we're above the moving averages on it. I think we continue to the upside.
Okay, well, it's like pulling teeth right now to get me bullish short term,
Yeah,
but Wes is doing a good job. Wes is at it.
Well, these are short-term
Wes is
trades.
hard at it,
these
boy.
are short-term trades.
We're gonna flip Sierra bullish short term one way or another. I know I've been a son of a bitch these last couple of weeks, you guys. I know I've said sideways and down and boring, but you know what, dude? It's actually not a bad thing, and I know it sucks and it's boring, but the reality is, let's pay for our dues, man. Let's pay our dues. If we got to pay our dues at these levels and we got to go sideways, just know that you earned every fucking dollar. When we do go up, we're earning it. We're paying for it right now. So, keep that in mind. This is not wasted time. This is not, this sucks, or I could have been doing something different. You're holding out, man. You're holding out for the next move. And I do think that this is a healthy accumulation range, and I don't think you're going to be let down. I think you're going to be excited that you did it.
Yeah. We'll see, man. We'll see. Lux Algo on the 15-minute just put in this signal, this sell signal, but nothing's confirmed yet, and it looks like we're getting a nice candle up. So we'll see.
Yeah, almost like the run up to the top of that take profit where the red dotted line is on the take profit.
Yeah,
maybe even the first one a little lower and then short from there.
Yeah,
like we run up
double
there.
Top.
Yeah, hit a little double top and then come back down.
The 1 hour targets to the upside. Nothing is confirmed yet. Candles are green though, so that looks pretty good. Trying to see that second target. Damn it. Yeah, 89,000 is that second target. 89.90. We'll see, man. We'll see. We'll post on X, man. If anything comes up, any good trades, I will let you know on X.
For sure.
All right, man.
Got some other other announcements. That show in May is good. The one I was telling you about, Wes, that is going on. I'm going to start promoting for that. But yeah, I would love for you to be there if you can. If I know you said you might have little man. Hell, I'll put him up on stage, give him some glow sticks. Have a freaking blast, boy.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, so but yeah,
He got a
guys, sorry.
girlfriend.
Does he really?
Yeah, bro. So he came to me. He was like, Dad, I really like this girl at school. She's really pretty. He's like, how should I ask her to be my girlfriend? And I was like, make her something like a card. Just tell her she's pretty. Ask if she'll be your girlfriend. And he made her a bracelet. He made her a bracelet, made the card, and she circled yes. And yeah, he's never been more excited to go back to school. So
stud. He's an absolute stud.
What's up though, man? Let's see it.
That's good. That is good. All right, fellas. Thank you for tuning in, Daniel.
Hold up.
What? What you got?
Yeah, what you got? You were about to show something, man.
Oh no, I was just saying that I had I haven't totally finished it yet, but I could show you the other. Well, maybe I could bring it up on the screen. I don't know. Nah, because it's still in the works, man. It ain't quite ready yet. It ain't quite ready. Once I have the video done, I'll bring that up and show you. But pretty cool, man. My headliners signed up with the date, so they're on board. The venue has tickets for sale right now, so I'm thinking by Monday, man. Maybe I'll run a little promo and help promote it. Do you have announcements with anything?
No.
All right, guys, we have links in the description. Make sure you check out that, and we will get this stream thing fixed with Restream or StreamYard. And unless you got anything else to run out, Wes.
Nah, dude, that's it, man. That is it.
All right, guys, make sure you smash the like and the subscribe button. Please help us out. That's all we ask, and we'll give you updates over the weekend if anything changes. And if not, we'll see you Monday at 12 o'clock. And yeah, make sure you hit the likes on the way out. We love you guys. We'll see you again Monday.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, Daniel. We appreciate you, brother.